but not those words that you use to demean them and to belittle them and to degrade them and to deny them their equal rights. I was going to say one last thing, Wally, and that's this. I think the reason you do demean them all the time is because really, secretly, you envy women and you fear them.
Envy women?
Wait. We'll be back with the tag team bout after this message.
I got to make one point here that's very important, Alan.
Okay.
It is very important to me, and I think this is horrifying, and even Gloria would have to think this is unfair. Now, this is the whole thing. When a man is granted a divorce, or a woman is granted a divorce, she gets alimony, and it is often stated she gets the alimony until she remarries or for the next 25 years, whichever comes first. So what does this little chickadee do? She doesn't get married. She gets a boyfriend who moves into the house, the husband's house, and lives with this woman, and he has to still keep paying the alimony to support the wife and her boyfriend. Is that right?
What you said is not even true, because that's not what happens. Alimony is only awarded in this country in about 7% of all cases. That means 93% of all American women don't ever get it, and the only ones who generally you hear about are the big celebrity divorces, and that's why people think that alimony is awarded more often than it really is. But you know something, Wally? If a woman is married 20, 30 years, she stays at home, she's taking care of her family, raising the children, helping the husband, and then she should be compensated afterwards. She needs it. After divorce, this is a woman who needs an economic cushion until she can perhaps get herself going in the job market if she ever can.
She has a cushion all her life. Her husband is her cushion.
No. She needs that support. I don't think that she should be abandoned to a life of economic uncertainty when she's contributed in that very important way all those years.
Let me tell you something. What about palimony?
Listen.
What about...
I happen to have been on the Lee Marvin trial. I was a witness in the Lee Marvin trial, and I happen to know that this happens too many times, that girls move in with a guy... Women, whatever. I mean, would you be happy if I called you sir? Would that make you feel better? Anyway.
Your Highness will do.
Okay. But in palimony, a woman moves in with a guy. He buys her, like Lee Marvin did, jewels and furs, buys her a new Jaguar, and spends all the money in the world on her, treats her like a royal highness, and then after 5 years, they split, and she wants, on top of all this, palimony. That's a bunch of baloney, and you know it.
I think it's really important that we talk about palimony, because so many people today are living together and they're not married. And many of those people who are living together have a right to make agreements between each other about what will happen if that relationship breaks up. They have a right to make contracts with each other, and they have a right to expect that if they make those contracts and they break up, that each side will honor her or his part of that contract. And that's all that Lee Marvin case was all about. And I'm glad to see single people protected in that way.
Are you for prenuptial agreements, Gloria?
I think the prenuptial agreements can be important, but I don't think that they should be used in an unfair way, and often they are. Often the woman, the day before the wedding, is presented with this prenuptial agreement that the prospective husband gives to her and says, sign this or there's no wedding tomorrow, honey. And he makes her sign something that says that everything he earns in the future is going to be his and she won't have any share. That's unfair, and I don't think he should do that. He shouldn't try to make her some sort of mistress. He should respect her as his wife.
Women don't realize how good they have it right now. I mean, they don't. What I've said for 100 years, women like you feminists, you know what, wait a minute, let me answer that. Do you know what wait a minute.
Feminist,
do you know what she's trying to do? Turn women into men.
You think any woman here would want to be like you?
Well, certainly no woman wants to be like you either.
Let us go to the audience now. They have some questions.
I can imagine what we're going to get now. Go ahead. Nail me. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead. Nail me.
Okay. She's not a baby.
Thank you very, very much.
Honey, baby,
what I wanted to state was that you're very, very rude and ignorant, and I think you should realize that there are a lot of women in this audience, and please state, women, we don't want to be heard chick and this broad and that broad. I do agree totally with Gloria. Not a honey either.
Not
a honey either.
Hey, you should be very happy somebody calls you honey, because not many people are going to. I have news for you.
First of all, wait a minute. Excuse me. Excuse me. I think age has a big difference here. I mean, I'm only 25. I may not look it, but I should say
you do.
that.
You're 35.
You look about... You're a little bit too old to be talking to this crowd. This crowd is very young, and we are very open-minded, just like Gloria. I'm very open-minded. That's why I'm not married yet, because I'm not fool enough to do anything like that.
Hey, one day if you're lucky enough to snare a man, which I doubt, you may change your feelings.
I don't think so. I'm too smart to get married.
Can you all see Wally in a bar now trying to pick somebody up with this kind of one? What a charmer.
I think that woman was terrific. She displayed terrific courage and brilliant intelligence.
She and Gloria deserve each other.
Wally, charmer that he is, we can't let him get away without some more calming viewpoint.